go get checked for underlying issues, try topical treatments, get new pairs of socks. It's the high time you do that. You've been wearing the same pairs, hazijakuwa zikikusaidia, they are not yielding any results. Get you some new pairs of socks. Get yourself good quality pairs of shoes, not quantity. You can have 1,000 sneakers, hizo za 1,000, the ones that crease within 6 hours. You can have 500 pairs of doll shoes. You have quantity, but how's the quality? You can have 10 pairs of shoes of good quality. You can have 10 pairs of good quality socks. And then unapata hata hiyo issue ya athlete foot doesn't exist. Because when you sweat, the pair of socks you have ina lock in your moisture to a point where your feet are not affected. But when you're wearing a pair of shoes, a pair of socks that cannot lock in moisture, hizo vidole zako in between zinachibuka paka unasikia uchungu. Unapata hata inafika, even the week hasn't, inafika Thursday you can't even walk properly because of the pain. And then you only have limited time to allow your feet to dry, then you're back again to wear back to the same problems over and over. Get the right pair of socks, get the right pair of shoes, use topical treatments, apply at night, and then apply 2 times a day. But for those who are wearing shoes, apply at night. In the morning, get the right pair of socks, the right pair of shoes, use fragrances on those socks. And then there's the question, but Mr. Martin, my odor is so bad. I've even used some of these fragrances, it's not working. Okay, give me the name of the fragrance you've used. Some funky ass fragrances I've never heard of. How is the longevity? What are the top notes? What are the mid notes? What are the base notes? I advise you go get this specific one. Oh, it's too expensive. I can't get this. Is there anything cheaper? I don't deal with cheap stuff. I don't deal with cheap stuff. I cannot advise you to go for something cheap because I know cheap is expensive. Mbona nikutume uende ununue kitu ya a fragrance for 100 shillings that I know longevity, it's even 1 hour, ama probably ukiwa kwa nyumba. Once you leave the house, that's it. I would rather you go for something that you're going to use. It will give you good quality service for a period of time. And you don't have to worry about smelly feet. Hata ukienda kwa watu, you comfortably remove your shoes. You have to care for your feet. There is no way about it. You want the smell to go, you have to care for your feet. And your body, your whole, especially, they say garbage in, garbage out. Whatever you, inside of you, whatever you feed yourself, ndo inatoka. Kunywa maji. Drink your water. Drink your green tea, your black tea, sage. Osha miguu. Get the right pair of socks. Get good quality shoes. Once you get home, after you clean your feet, air dry your feet. Let them dry. For the ladies, kwa ofisi, make sure you have an equivalent of a towel. Si ile towel kubwa, just something yenye unaweza chini ya desk yako, toa viatu, rest your feet on that towel. And have viatu za kutembea nao kwa ofisi. Jioni ikifika, now you can wear the other. Now you can wear your shoe and go home. It is not rocket science. If you don't try these things, you will always complain your feet are smelly. Try all these coping mechanisms. When I look back the 7 years of advocacy, there are those who have found their solutions, and this is because they listened and they went out there and they tried and they found something that works. I have a client alikuwa na issue hata viatu hakuwa anavaa. I looked, he sent me the photos of the shoes he was wearing, and I told him, you're wearing the wrong type of shoe. Starting with the quality, that shoe is not good quality, and it's not even for, you should not even be wearing that type of shoe. This is the type of shoe you should be wearing. These are the type of socks. Try this regimen. Try using an antiperspirant. Apply at night to manage the sweat, and then try a foot deodorant which you apply directly kwa miguu. Then chukua socks, piga nini, piga marashi yako mzuri, vaa, and you're good to go. The client was very skeptical, but once the client decided to just try kenye nilimu advice, the client has never been the same again. So there is always a mix. There is one who listens and they follow, and there are those who they just want everything now. And when they don't get what they want, then they demonize the product, and then they counter everything that you've tried to help them. And so sometimes you're left to wonder, what more? What more can I do for the client if the client is not willing to do for themselves? We have to help each other. That's how we do it. And this applies to all the areas where you're experiencing sweat issues, whether in uso, whether in scalp, whether in underarms, inguinal areas. You have to take care of those areas if you want to see the change. If you have smelly underarms, you have bromodrosis, and you say your bromodrosis is stronger, you don't want to use the PM and AM regimen. You don't want to use fragrances, because I don't get why you will tell me that even by using a fragrance, I still smell. How? Unless you have fish odor syndrome, which also kuna treatment solutions for it. But with underarm sweating, I beg to differ. For 7 years, I have helped clients who thought they were at the mercies of God now. Walikuwa wamefika mwisho. But just with that advice and just turning that paradigm shift, after engaging them and realizing that they're using the wrong products, and you switch them up to the right products, those guys are never the same. Ukiwaona sahi, they are very different. Kwanza hao wenyewe ndo wananitumia hizo zinaitwa nini, reviews. Tunaniambia, hey, the fragrance you recommended, I stepped into the office, now everyone wants to hug me. Unlike before, they will scatter. You have to take care of yourself.